Did ancient aliens use Stargates to travel to Earth? And what if these portals are still active, hidden in plain sight? Today, we'll explore the evidence of Stargates and the advanced technology that may have powered them. To truly grasp the implications of such a reality, we must first understand the context in which these theories emerge. For millennia, humanity has gazed upon the stars, wondering if we are alone. Tales of beings from other worlds have been woven into our myths and legends, dismissed as mere fantasy. But what if these stories are more than just fiction? What if they are echoes of actual encounters with extraterrestrial civilizations who traverse the cosmos using technology far beyond our current understanding? The idea of stargates, or interdimensional portals, has captured the imagination of science fiction enthusiasts for decades. From the Stargate franchise to theoretical physics, the concept of shortcuts through space and time has been explored extensively. However, the notion of stargates isn't confined to modern storytelling. Ancient cultures across the globe have myths and legends that speak of celestial gateways, passages to other worlds, and encounters with beings who descended from the heavens. Consider the incredible achievements of ancient civilizations like the Egyptians, the Mayans, and the Sumerians. These cultures possessed a level of technological and scientific understanding that seems impossible given the tools and resources available to them. How did the Egyptians build the pyramids with such precision? How did the Mayans develop such an accurate calendar? And how did the Sumerians possess detailed knowledge of the solar system thousands of years before the invention of the telescope? Some researchers suggest that these civilizations were aided by advanced extraterrestrial beings who shared their knowledge and technology, including the secrets of Stargate travel. However, this knowledge, if it existed, appears to have been suppressed or lost over time. Powerful forces throughout history have sought to control information and maintain their grip on power. Could it be that the knowledge of stargates was deliberately hidden from the masses to prevent its misuse, or to maintain control over humanity's destiny? The existence of stargates would rewrite our understanding of human history. It would challenge the established narratives and force us to reconsider our place in the universe. It would mean that we are not alone and that our planet has been visited by advanced civilizations for millennia. It would also open up the possibility of interstellar travel and contact with other worlds. But is there real evidence of ancient stargates, and if so, what was their purpose? To answer this question, we must delve into the mysteries of the past. We will examine ancient texts, archaeological sites, and scientific theories to uncover the truth about stargates. We will explore the myths and legends of ancient civilizations, searching for clues that point to the existence of interdimensional portals. We will analyze anomalous archaeological findings, looking for structures and artifacts that defy conventional explanation. And we will investigate scientific concepts like wormholes and quantum physics, seeking to understand the theoretical possibility of stargate travel. Join us as we embark on a journey to uncover humanity's past and future, a journey that may reveal that the stars are not so far away after all. The core of this exploration lies in understanding how ancient myths, often dismissed as mere folklore, might actually be distorted accounts of advanced technology. What's truly fascinating is the power that comes from reinterpreting these stories, shifting them from the realm of fantasy into the realm of forgotten history. Imagine that the tales of gods descending from the heavens in flying chariots aren't just metaphors, but literal depictions of extraterrestrial beings using advanced technology to travel to Earth. This reveals a new understanding of ancient technology and allows us to possibly have a deeper understanding of who we are and where we came from now. Let's delve into textual accounts that offer tantalizing glimpses of what could be interpreted as Stargate technology, starting with the Epic of Gilgamesh. Within its ancient verses are descriptions of interdimensional travel and communication with gods. Consider the story of Gilgamesh's journey to the cedar forest and his encounters with the gods. In one passage, Gilgamesh speaks with the gods on a different plane of existence, and he was saying, "I have journeyed far and wide, beyond the realms of mortal men, and I have beheld the dwelling place of the gods. Through shining gates I passed, and I heard their voices carried on the wind." These shining gates, described in such detail, could be interpreted as more than just symbolic entrances. Their advanced construction, purpose, and described functionality, according to the narrative, enabled travel through different dimensions or realms, and the gods freely used them. They seemingly transcend what we understand about ancient infrastructure. Similarly, the Book of Enoch offers detailed descriptions of celestial travel and otherworldly beings. Enoch recounts his journey through different levels of heaven, observing advanced celestial mechanisms. So he was saying, "I journeyed to the four corners of the heavens, and I saw hidden chambers and secret gates. I beheld the movements of the stars and the courses of the planets, and I understood the mysteries of creation." But how can we reconcile these mythic descriptions of gates and celestial travel with our modern understanding of science? What if these ancient tales weren't just flights of fancy, but rather distorted recollections of actual events, encoded in metaphorical language to be passed down through generations? The gates, described in ancient texts, could align with modern concepts like wormholes and dimensional portals. Some scientists, such as Kip Thorne, have theorized the existence of wormholes as shortcuts through space-time. Now, some might argue that these are purely metaphorical stories and cannot be taken literally. The shining gates and celestial journeys are simply symbolic representations of spiritual experiences or allegories of human existence. However, the sheer consistency of these narratives across different cultures and time periods suggests that there may be more to these stories than meets the eye. What if the metaphor originated from actual events and technologies, with the language evolving over time to obscure the true nature of these encounters? What they don't want you to know is that these stories are more than just fiction. These stories paint a fascinating picture, but what if there were physical remnants of these stargates? That takes us to the realm of archaeology. Even if the texts can be interpreted, there must be physical locations as well. While the texts provide a possible explanation, perhaps the evidence is on Earth in the form of unexplained ruins. Perhaps the most intriguing example is the Gate of the Gods at Aramumuru in Peru. This massive stone structure, carved into a cliff face, has an unexplained function and precise construction. The gate is aligned with certain stars, specifically with the constellation of Orion, which was often associated with the gods in ancient cultures. The dimensions are precise, and the surface is smooth. The local indigenous people consider the structure to be a doorway to other dimensions. Then we have Göbekli Tepe in Turkey. This ancient site, dating back to the 10th millennium BC, features advanced architecture and carvings of beings associated with Stargate myths. The unique structure of Göbekli Tepe, with its circular enclosures and T-shaped pillars, defies conventional explanations of ancient technology. The pillars are adorned with intricate carvings of animals, including lions, bulls, and birds, as well as more abstract symbols. Some researchers suggest that these carvings depict beings from other worlds or symbolize the process of interdimensional travel. And let's not forget the Baghdad Battery. Discovered in Iraq, this ancient artifact consists of a clay jar containing a copper cylinder and an iron rod. Some researchers believe that the Baghdad Battery was used as a power source for ancient technologies. Explain its construction and how it potentially powered other technological components. Its construction suggests that it was used to generate electricity. These locations, however, could have served other purposes. The precision and specific construction hints at a more sophisticated utility. What if these sites were not just temples or astronomical observatories, but physical portals to other realms, corresponding to the travel accounts found in ancient texts? Consider the similarities between the Gate of the Gods and descriptions of stargates in various cultures, suggesting a shared concept of these doorways. Could it be possible that civilizations such as Mesopotamia and the Incan Empire are connected through these gates? What they don't want you to know is that these civilizations could have used these gates for travel. If the ancient texts and physical locations correlate, is it possible they still function today, but are hidden from the population? Are they dormant, waiting to be reactivated, or are they actively being used by governments and secret organizations for purposes we can only imagine? From the Epic of Gilgamesh to the Gate of the Gods, we see echoes of a technology that transcends our understanding of history. This shifts how we view ancient history and allows us to possibly have a deeper understanding of who we are and where we came from, but the biggest question remains. Are these stargates still active? And if so, what does that mean for us? But we're just scratching the surface of this phenomenon. The next discovery will challenge everything you thought you knew about our place in the universe. Did you know that ancient stargates may still exist, not as relics of a bygone era, but as active components of a functional global network, subtly influencing our world? What's truly fascinating is the potential of this network, with stargates not just as portals for travel, but as conduits for energy, information, and perhaps even consciousness itself. Could this network be actively used today, shaping events, influencing minds, and guiding the course of human history from the shadows? This network of stargates might not be relics but pathways that continue to be operational to this day. Now, this brings us to the concept of ley lines, invisible lines that crisscross the globe, connecting ancient sites with uncanny precision. Consider the alignment between the Great Pyramid of Giza, Stonehenge, and the Nazca lines in Peru. These sites, separated by vast distances, fall along a nearly perfect great circle, a pattern that defies simple coincidence. If one were to connect these sites on a map, the angles and perfection of the lines would be readily apparent, demonstrating a geometric precision that seems statistically impossible to occur by chance. This creates a network of invisible lines across the world. But what is the energetic significance of these alignments? Could it be that ley lines represent a global energy grid, a network of natural power that ancient civilizations understood and harnessed? What if ancient cultures, unburdened by modern technology, were more attuned to the subtle energies of the earth, capable of sensing and manipulating these invisible currents? Now, let's hypothesize that stargates were strategically placed along ley lines, not just for ease of access, but to amplify their power, to tap into the Earth's energy and facilitate interdimensional travel. Could the intersection of ley lines act as a kind of amplifier, boosting the stargate's power and easing the transition between dimensions? This would explain the seemingly deliberate placement of these gates. This raises a question. How does restricting access to key ancient sites enhance the idea of a hidden, functional stargate network? Why would certain locations be off limits to the public, guarded by physical barriers and shrouded in secrecy? What is it they don't want you to know? Let's consider the pyramids of Giza. While millions of tourists visit the surface each year, access to the underground chambers and tunnels is strictly limited. Permits are required, and even then, only a select few are allowed to venture into the depths to explore the mysteries hidden beneath the sand. The question then becomes, why? Why are these areas so carefully guarded, so meticulously controlled? What secrets lie hidden in the darkness, and who is trying to keep them from the world? The limited access only fuels speculation. This leads us to analyze the reasons for restricted access, to consider the possibility that it's not just about preservation, but also about control and concealment. Is there evidence that certain individuals or groups are being restricted from these sites, that access is being selectively granted or denied based on some hidden agenda? Is there documentation linking any of these organizations to these groups? What if powerful organizations are aware of the Stargate network and are actively hiding it from the rest of the world, not just to preserve the sites, but to control access to the technology they represent? This allows for the possibility of control of these gates. If powerful organizations are aware, do governments know, and are they actively trying to cover up knowledge? This leads us to present alleged government cover-ups. Consider the Roswell incident, a cornerstone of UFO lore. While the official explanation is that a weather balloon crashed in the desert, many believe that the object was an extraterrestrial spacecraft, and that the government has been actively suppressing the truth ever since. Now, consider whistleblower testimonies, leaked documents, and shadowy figures whispering tales of secret government programs dedicated to studying and reverse engineering alien technology. Project Stargate, for example, allegedly involved government research into remote viewing and possible Stargate technology. Is it possible that these projects were not just about espionage, but about understanding and controlling the Stargate network, about harnessing its power for military or strategic advantage? So someone was saying, the project was designed to see if we could locate enemy combatants, but what we found was so much more. This leads us to analyze the motivations behind these alleged cover-ups, to consider the potential social and economic upheaval that could result from the revelation of extraterrestrial contact. The revelation of advanced technology, perhaps even technology that renders our current systems obsolete, could destabilize the global economy and lead to widespread panic. As a result of maintaining control, preventing panic, and keeping technology out of the wrong hands, we should ask ourselves, are these cover-ups designed to prevent humanity from accessing or controlling the Stargate network? What if governments fear the misuse of this technology, the potential for it to fall into the wrong hands and unleash global disaster? So governments were saying, the people are not ready for what's to come. So, what have we learned? Ley lines, restricted access sites, government cover-ups, all weaving together into an argument for a hidden, functional network. All this information suggests a possible network of hidden portals that is still actively being guarded to this day. Could a new understanding of history rewrite our very future? Could these hidden portals rewrite who we are? And if so, could humanity in the future potentially use or control these Stargates? The choice, as we'll see, lies with humanity, and the viewer needs to decide for themselves. But we're just scratching the surface. The next discovery will force you to question everything you think you know about reality. Building upon the possibility of a functional Stargate network, the immediate question becomes, what would be the logical use of such a system? If such a network existed, the only logical conclusion would be the potential ease of travel between stars. Did you know that this network could have been actively used by extraterrestrial civilizations to visit Earth, not just for exploration, but for more profound purposes? Could ancient astronauts have used these Stargates to access Earth and genetically manipulate early humans, mine Earth's resources, or even establish colonies on our planet? This reveals a deeper pattern we'll explore concerning ancient alien involvement on Earth. Now, let's consider the theory that aliens use Stargates to access Earth and genetically engineer humanity. Is it possible that humanity did not evolve naturally, as conventional science suggests, but was instead engineered by extraterrestrials who arrived through these very Stargates? Consider the implications. A rewrite of human history, a challenge to our understanding of evolution, and a potential connection to a cosmic past. In ancient Sumerian texts, the story of the Anunnaki creating humans from clay is prevalent. Could this be a symbolic representation of genetic manipulation, with the Anunnaki using advanced technology to alter the DNA of early hominids? The Sumerians were saying, "The gods came down and formed us." This begs the question, what are the implications of alien genetic engineering on human evolution? Challenging the conventional understanding of human origins, it suggests that the missing link in human evolution is not a natural occurrence, but evidence of extraterrestrial intervention. What if the sudden appearance of Homo sapiens, with their advanced cognitive abilities, was the result of deliberate genetic modifications by a more advanced species? Imagine early man, with a limited understanding of advanced technology, viewing genetic modifications as acts of God. If true, what would be the end goal of manipulating the human genome? Creating a workforce to mine resources, seeding the planet with a new species, or conducting a long-term experiment in evolution? If aliens traveled to Earth, what did they want? Aside from tinkering with human DNA, Earth offers a bounty of resources that may have been highly valuable to extraterrestrial civilizations. Now, this is the account of ancient mining operations and resource extraction. The idea that ancient civilizations engaged in large-scale mining operations with advanced technology raises the question, could these operations have been orchestrated or assisted by extraterrestrial beings? The scale and sophistication of ancient mines, such as the Great Orme mines in Wales or the Timna Valley mines in Israel, suggest a level of technology beyond what is conventionally understood. What they don't want you to know is that these mines show a level of sophistication that exceeds our current understanding of primitive capabilities. Could ancient aliens have used nuclear technology to extract resources? Consider the ancient city of Mohenjo-Daro, with evidence of a possible ancient atomic blast. What most people miss is the possibility of a nuclear event so far in the past. Such an explosion is not an isolated incident, but part of a larger pattern of advanced technology being used in ancient times. If aliens had access to a planet with vast quantities of gold or other important minerals, they would need an efficient way to transport it. What if they used Stargates to transport resources off-world, creating a cosmic supply chain that spanned galaxies? These mining operations likely were conducted by aliens using advanced technology brought through Stargates. It is unlikely that ancient civilizations had the technology to extract resources on such a massive scale without outside help. What resources might aliens need that are only available on Earth? Rare earth minerals, precious metals, or even water could have been valuable commodities for a space-faring civilization. The Sumerians were saying that the Anunnaki were looking for gold. In the Bible, it references the existence of a mountain of gold that was transported using the ark. Could this gold have been used for advanced technologies, such as creating superconductors or powering interstellar spacecraft? This poses a significant challenge to modern thinking. That's just the start of the story. It is possible they did not just visit, but stayed and built structures. It's a thought to ponder. Is there any evidence to suggest the aliens established colonies on Earth? There's a possibility the aliens established colonies on Earth. They may have wanted to stay and build infrastructure. What is the evidence that they wanted to establish a colony? Is it possible that the structures around the world that may have been used to live in or do research still exist today? Could structures such as the pyramids be built as housing? After all, the pyramids contain chambers, ventilation shafts, and other features that could have been used for habitation. It is important to remember they were built with extreme precision and are aligned with the stars. It seems unlikely that they were only designed to house the dead. Suggesting these structures or colonies were built by aliens using advanced technology brought through Stargates would challenge what we know about our ancestors. It is unlikely that ancient civilizations had the knowledge to build some of these structures, so how were they built? Perhaps the aliens stayed to ensure mining operations were being conducted properly. So it was said, "We must watch and help these humans until the work is done." It is important to understand why they would not allow the humans to mine themselves. The Anunnaki wanted to maintain control over the resources and prevent humans from developing their own technology. These are all reasons why aliens may have used Stargates to contact the Earth: genetic engineering, resource extraction, and the establishment of colonies or outposts. Could a new understanding of history rewrite our very future? This rewrite could change who we are and our place in the universe. Could a new understanding of history rewrite our very future? If aliens were the reason for the contact, then is there the possibility to establish communication once more? The choice, as we'll see, lies with humanity, and the viewer needs to decide for themselves. But we're just scratching the surface. What we'll discover next is even more shocking, and it challenges everything you thought you knew about Stargate technology. Did you know that aliens may have been subtly influencing human development, not just through direct intervention, but through careful observation and guidance? The core of this is the idea that Stargates weren't merely transportation devices, but tools for a long-term monitoring program, overseeing our evolution like a gardener tending a cosmic garden. This reveals a subtle shift in the alien agenda, from active manipulators to patient observers, a perspective we'll explore in depth. Now, what if ancient prophecies and visionary experiences were not divine in origin, but rather the result of this alien monitoring, glimpses into the future provided by extraterrestrial observers? Consider the prophet Ezekiel's vision of a wheel within a wheel, described with intricate detail and technological sophistication. Could this have been an encounter with an advanced spacecraft or a viewing apparatus used by aliens to observe Earth? In the book of Ezekiel, it says, "I looked, and I saw a windstorm coming out of the north, an immense cloud with flashing lightning, and surrounded by brilliant light." What was described was not a divine encounter, but the observation of advanced technology. Taking it a step further, let's examine the accounts of divine messengers delivering instructions or warnings to humanity throughout history. Were these messengers truly divine, or were they extraterrestrial beings manipulating events to ensure humanity's development stayed on track? For example, "And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush," described in Exodus 3:2. This encounter led Moses to free the Jewish people from Egypt, but who gave the angel these orders? Perhaps they were not orders from a single divine entity, but a calculated directive. This is significant because it suggests that many seemingly miraculous events in religious texts may have been orchestrated by aliens, not as acts of divine intervention, but as calculated steps in a long-term plan. It's important to note that this doesn't necessarily negate the spiritual significance of these experiences, but it does offer an alternative explanation for their origins. However, the implications of this monitoring on human free will and autonomy raise serious ethical questions. Are we truly in control of our destiny, or are we merely characters in an alien simulation, unknowingly following a script written by extraterrestrial observers? Some say, humans have free will to choose their own paths. Could it be we were allowed to make small decisions, but aliens intervene at major events? This suggests our progress is being guided, and the choices are not truly our own. While some might argue that prophecies are simply the product of human imagination and cultural context, the specific details and advanced technological descriptions found in some prophetic texts suggest a more complex origin. For example, the wheel is described as having rims full of eyes. What reason would someone make something such as this up? This poses a significant challenge to modern thinking. But that's not all. This leads us to another crucial point. the potential involvement of human enablers who may have been aware of or even complicit in this alien monitoring. Was the alien agenda pushed forward by humans? Now, let's consider the idea that secret societies and ancient orders throughout history were tasked with maintaining the Stargate network and facilitating alien monitoring. Think of groups like the Freemasons, Rosicrucians, or the Knights Templar, shrouded in secrecy and possessing unique knowledge. Could these organizations have been the guardians of Stargate technology, entrusted with ensuring its proper use and preventing its misuse? Consider the Freemasons. Their symbols are said to have been derived from ancient civilizations. Could it be that their knowledge is not only limited to symbols but technologies? Highlighting specific symbols, rituals, and beliefs within these groups that align with Stargate mythology and alien contact, let's consider the Masonic symbolism, rife with Egyptian imagery and references to celestial bodies. Could these symbols be encoded messages hinting at a deeper connection to ancient Stargate beliefs and extraterrestrial contact? Furthermore, if Freemasons knew this information, could it have been an organized structure to push forward agendas? Presenting historical accounts of individuals with unique knowledge or abilities who may have acted as intermediaries between humans and aliens. Consider the stories of wise men or enlightened ones throughout history who possessed knowledge beyond their time. Were these individuals simply geniuses, or were they conduits for alien knowledge, chosen to guide humanity along a predetermined path? In that same vein, so-and-so was saying, "This is our purpose, and we will do what must be done." What must be done could mean anything to move forward the mission of alien intervention. Analyzing the motivations of these human enablers, what would make a person side with extraterrestrials? Perhaps they sought power, knowledge, or spiritual enlightenment through collaboration with aliens, believing that humanity's future lay in embracing a cosmic destiny. On the other hand, what if they were manipulated or controlled by the aliens, unknowingly serving as pawns in a larger game? This becomes extremely problematic because the individuals might be going about their mission with false pretenses. Discussing the potential for manipulation and control within these relationships, were these ancient societies controlled or persuaded by aliens, their agendas subtly influenced to serve extraterrestrial goals? If so, the ethical implications of humans aiding in the monitoring and potential manipulation of their own species are staggering. Humans are cattle, and they must obey. Is it ethical to manipulate the progress of the human race, even if it's for what's believed to be the greater good? The existence of secret societies and ancient orders has persisted for centuries. Are they actively covering up information to this day? If they have sided with extraterrestrials, what is stopping them from doing that today? Introducing the idea that the military-industrial complex has suppressed technology and is actively covering up information regarding alien contact and knowledge, one must question if certain companies are covering up advanced technology and information to stay on top. If aliens had special technology and the government was made aware of it, what are they hiding? Is it technology, and why can't anyone know? Highlighting certain patents that have been bought out to supposedly restrict public knowledge. Think of the numerous patents for advanced energy technologies that have seemingly disappeared from public view. Could these be examples of suppressed innovations that would disrupt the existing power structures? The government doesn't want competition, especially if it could be used for harm. Presenting accounts of officials and employees being forced to sign NDAs to prevent them from releasing information to the public. Consider the testimonies of whistleblowers who claim to have witnessed evidence of alien contact or advanced technology, only to be silenced by non-disclosure agreements and threats of legal action. One person said, "If you reveal this information, you will disappear." What are they hiding, and why can't anyone know? One could only imagine what lengths a person or party is willing to go to ensure that the information will not reach the public. Analyzing the motivations of modern-day enablers and the impact of siding with aliens, what is the goal of the military-industrial complex? Is it to maintain power and control, to acquire advanced technology for military dominance, or to prepare humanity for a future alongside extraterrestrial civilizations? What resources might aliens need that are only available on Earth? Rare earth minerals, exotic elements, or even human consciousness itself could be valuable commodities for a space-faring civilization. Discussing the potential for the resources extracted to have been used for advanced alien technologies. What resources might aliens need that are only available on Earth? Rare earth minerals, exotic elements, or even human consciousness itself could be valuable commodities for a space-faring civilization. Connecting this to the idea of aliens being the driving force of hiding this technology, are there aliens among us pulling the strings, manipulating events from behind the scenes to ensure their agenda is carried out? Earth is ours, and we will do what it takes to ensure that. So, what have we learned? Aliens may have been monitoring us for centuries. Humans may have aided them in this endeavor, and modern-day cover-ups may be hiding the truth from the public. What does this all suggest? That aliens and humans still interact and are possibly working together, and rewrite of human history and the potential for extraterrestrial contact may be closer than we think. All this information suggests a possible partnership of portals that is still actively being pursued to this day. After all this information, how could a new understanding rewrite our future? Is the fate of humanity already determined, or can the chain of command be shifted, allowing us to take control of our own destiny? But we're just scratching the surface. What we'll discover next is even more shocking, and it challenges everything you thought you knew about the potential use and control of Stargate technology. As we come to the end of our exploration of ancient Stargates, we've uncovered a web of evidence woven through ancient texts, archaeological sites, ley lines, and alleged government cover-ups, all hinting at the existence of functional portals used by aliens to contact Earth. We have gone through meticulous detail to ensure that only the most important and relevant information was provided. It is through this information that one can be aware of what to look for. Now, what does it all mean? To recap, we've examined ancient texts, such as the Epic of Gilgamesh, reinterpreting them not as mere myths, but as potential historical accounts of alien encounters. We've traced ley lines connecting ancient sites like Göbekli Tepe, suggesting a global network of Stargate locations. Finally, we've considered the possibility that extraterrestrials visiting Earth may have diverse and complex motivations. They are possibly looking to either harm or help humanity, or perhaps both. With all this information, you have gained forbidden knowledge that challenges conventional narratives and offers an alternative perspective on human history and potential alien interaction. Now the question is, how will you use this knowledge? But here's an unexpected twist. While Stargates have often been framed as portals used by aliens to control or exploit humanity, what if they also represent a path toward collaboration and shared evolution? What if the ancient narratives that portray aliens as malevolent overlords are only one side of the story? Perhaps some extraterrestrial civilizations are genuinely interested in guiding humanity toward a brighter future, offering advanced knowledge and technology in exchange for our unique perspectives and contributions. Maybe they're not as bad as what ancient narratives portray, or vice versa. After all, consider how many different types of humans there are, and how all those people act. Now imagine that on a larger scale, among different alien species. If Stargates exist, and aliens have used them to contact Earth, what does the future hold for humanity and our role in the cosmos? Will we master and control the Stargate technology, using it to explore new worlds and connect with other civilizations? Or will it control us, leading to unforeseen consequences and potentially endangering our planet? If Stargates become public, who is going to be in control? What will happen if a select few decide what to do rather than the entire world deciding? It is a question of what to do and how to move forward. The story of ancient Stargates is not just about alien intervention, but a reflection of humanity's potential for discovery, innovation, and connection with the universe. It urges us to approach the unknown with both curiosity and caution, embracing the possibilities while remaining mindful of the potential risks. As humans, we have a natural desire to expand, explore, and connect. That is just who we are. Throughout history, humanity has always strived to explore the unknown and transcend its limitations. From the earliest voyages across uncharted oceans to the modern-day quest to reach the stars, we have consistently pushed the boundaries of what is possible. Could Stargates be the next big thing? We can only hope, but with hope comes consequences. However, it is with this endeavor of reaching new heights, ethical and moral implications must also be considered. Consider, for instance, the potential long-term consequences of understanding and potentially controlling Stargate technology. How will this impact society, and could it lead to harm or peace? Imagine the potential for interstellar travel, resource acquisition, and cultural exchange. On the other hand, consider the risks of misuse, such as the potential for weapons development, colonization, and the disruption of other civilizations. How can a tool such as this be used for evil or good? It is important to proceed with caution and learn how to integrate with the cosmos. We must ensure that every safety precaution and ethical consideration is thought of. As we contemplate the vastness of the universe and the potential for both connection and danger through interdimensional travel, let us remember the importance of approaching the unknown with wisdom, compassion, and a deep respect for all life. The endless possibilities of the universe and the mysteries that await us should inspire us to embrace exploration and knowledge. I have a feeling of optimism for all of those that are on Earth. I feel that we can find solutions that will ensure a brighter future. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to Astral Legends for more content on ancient mysteries and legends. Check out our other videos. I have a feeling that you will love our content, and we will continue to expand the mysteries of the world. See you on the next episode, where we'll delve deeper into the Pyramid Wars and their connection to ancient Stargates. May the eternal light forever guide your path.